Hello, South Florida buyers and sellers. Hope everybody is doing well. Okay, are you considering buying a home in the near future? If you are, I've got something very interesting to share with you. Have you ever considered a duplex? That's the topic of today's video, and I'm getting started right now. Hello everybody, my name is Dan Crlenjak. I'm a realtor right here in Coral Springs, Florida with eXp Realty and Ideal Florida Homes. If this is your first time to my channel, please consider subscribing. I upload new videos every Tuesday that I know that you're gonna love and find a lot of value in. So you're searching for a new home and you're ready to exercise the financial freedom that you have been diligently building, and you're probably most likely ready to ditch the shared walls of an apartment building. But have you considered a duplex as part of your new home search? I'll tell you, there's a lot of reasons why purchasing a duplex might be right for you, especially if building wealth is an important consideration. So what is a duplex? Essentially, a duplex is two homes in one. You can see in the photo that this particular duplex has two clearly marked entrances with stairways leading to the entrances. This one has two garages. It's a very nice duplex. You can also tell that there is a separation down the middle because you have one garage on one side, one garage on the other side, and of course, two entrances. Okay, so one of the biggest reasons why people decide to go with a duplex when purchasing a home is for the investment opportunities. So let's do some pros and cons of buying a duplex to find out if it's the right opportunity for you. Okay, number one on the pros side of the equation is the opportunity to have income coming in on the property. You see, you can live on one side of the duplex and you can rent the other side out to a tenant. This allows you to pay for a good portion of your mortgage. Positive cash flow is a very important consideration. Okay, number two is the possibility of using the income that you generate through leasing out the second side of the duplex during the loan process. So you can use that income to qualify for a larger loan. They won't let you use all of the income, but make sure you stick around towards the end of the video. I'll go over that in full detail. Okay, number three is the tax benefits of owning a duplex. Not only are you gonna get the standard deductions that you would normally get through owning property, but in many cases you can deduct all of the payments that you make maintaining the rental unit. Okay, number four is the important one for me. You can use the duplex as a beginning of an investment portfolio. This is where the wealth generation comes in. See, it's a great idea to buy a duplex because, as we said, you can live in one side, you can rent out the other side, which helps pay for your mortgage. Once you get to a point where you're ready to move on, now you can rent out both sides. Now you've got some great cash flow coming in and you can repeat the process with another duplex. Now you can continue in this manner as long as you want, building properties, building your portfolio, and building your wealth. Okay, here we are at step number 5, and the news just keeps getting better. You see, rents increase over time, and your 30-year fixed mortgage will always stay the same. So as you raise rents over time, your income continues to get better, and that just continues to add to your income potential and your wealth building potential. Okay, our final pro for the duplex is that even though you're gonna be responsible for any maintenance issues or things like that that happen on the other side of the duplex, fact is, they're right next door. You don't have to drive anywhere. Most of the stuff that you need to handle these issues will be right there at home. So it's very convenient when your tenant has issues. Okay, so we've covered the most important pros of owning a duplex. Now let's cover some of the cons that you'll experience. Number one, your tenants are right next door. That means that they're probably gonna have expectations of you fixing things that happen immediately. So if that is something that may be an issue for you, it could be a con, something for you to think about. Okay, number two on the cons list is once you rent out the second side of your duplex, you now become a landlord, and there are some responsibilities that you're gonna have to handle as a landlord. One important consideration to think about here is that most mortgages will require you to live on one side of the duplex for at least a year. So if you're planning on building wealth, if you're planning on building your portfolio, you wanna make sure that that is gonna fit with your timeline. So the question is, are you committed to staying put for at least a year, or do you need more flexibility? Okay, one more consideration to consider that we can line up in the cons section is that you will experience vacancies from time to time. When a tenant leaves, it's gonna be up to you to make sure that you find another tenant. Are you willing to go through that? Are you willing to find a new tenant, to advertise, to market the property? Of course, you can always hire a property management company to handle this portion for you, but it will take a bite out of your income. Okay, we talked about this next item in the intro. In a duplex, you will be sharing a wall. Make sure that you're ready for some occasional noises, especially if your tenants like to entertain. Okay, and lastly, it's important to remember it's not just the wall that you're sharing. Of course, you're also gonna be sharing a driveway, maybe some outdoor spaces. So it's important that you factor all this in when you're considering whether or not a duplex is right for you. Okay, moving right along, let's talk about how we're gonna pay for the duplex. When you hear the gurus online talk about building wealth, they always talk about doing it by using other people's money. So how are we gonna do that? We're gonna do it by financing the duplex. Okay, so there's several types of loans you can choose from to finance the duplex. The first one is a conventional loan. These are offered by private lenders. They usually require a 10% down payment, but not always, and they are best suited for investors and owner occupants. Okay, the second type of loan is an FHA loan. These are Federal Housing Administration loans. These loans are backed by the US government, and they're best suitable for first-time home buyers, perhaps home buyers that have less than perfect credit, and home buyers that may not have saved enough for a down payment. These loans only require a 3.5% down payment, so they're spectacular for first-time home buyers. Also, in most cases, you can use down payment assistance to pay for that 3.5% down payment. Take a look at my video here. It'll go over all the details on down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. Okay, in addition to only requiring a 3.5% down payment, FHA loans also feature lower closing costs and easier qualifications to be approved for the loan. For example, an FHA loan with a 10% down payment only requires a 500 to 579 minimum credit score. With a 3.5% down payment, you're only required to have a 580 minimum credit score. Also, it's important to point out that if you plan on putting down less than 20%, you will be, in most cases, required to purchase PMI, which is mortgage insurance, private mortgage insurance. Okay, for the buyers out there who are currently in the military or are veterans, you can use VA loans to purchase a duplex. In my opinion, these are the best loans out there. They require no down payment, which means 100% financing. You don't have to put anything down. There's no requirement to buy private mortgage insurance, so the PMI factor is thrown out the window with VA loans. However, VA loans do require a one-time lending fee. The fee ranges anywhere between 1.25% and 3.3%. However, you can roll that into the mortgage. So if you don't have that at closing time, it can be rolled into the mortgage and you can pay that over time. Okay, lastly, I'd like to talk about using the rental income from one side of the duplex to get qualified for your mortgage. So can you use the rental income to qualify for the mortgage? The short answer is yes. There are some limitations though. In most cases, you're gonna need to have a lease signed before you apply for the mortgage, or better yet, there's already somebody living in one side of the duplex when you're purchasing the property. Also, there's something called the vacancy factor. This varies between jurisdictions, but in most cases, you're only gonna be allowed to use 75% of the rental income. And the other 25%, well, unfortunately, that is gonna be disallowed to account for times when the unit is vacant. Home buyers, thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I greatly appreciate you. I hope that you got something valuable out of the video. If you did, please consider giving me a like. It helps me so much. If you like more information on duplexes, please don't hesitate to contact me. You can find all my contact details in the description below. If you have purchased a duplex in the past, please write some comments below. I'd love to hear about your experience. I think our viewers would also appreciate your experience as well. Once again, thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful holiday season, and I'll see you all in the next video.